Well, good evening and welcome to Match of the Day for two Canon League First Division matches and a rather special Goal of the Month competition. Later we shall see Chelsea against Tottenham Hotspur, and as the home club celebrate a birthday, their 80th at Stamford Bridge, it's time for party hats and pleasant memories, and not for yet another joke about the electric fencing. The match between Manchester United and Sunderland wasn't a joke either, but a tense struggle for salvation and supremacy.
Gidman hits it. It's a good one and a good save.
In Scotland, Aberdeen celebrated retaining the championship as a result of a draw with Celtic, and you'll see the goals from that game later as well.
Luther Blissett has been called up tonight as an emergency addition to England's squad for the midweek World Cup game in Romania, following the withdrawals of Mark Hateley and Peter Davenport. But it's Arsenal's Paul Mariner who's now expected to lead the England attack on Wednesday.
We start the action at Old Trafford, where this year's Cup finalists Manchester United take on Sunderland, beaten finalists in the Milk Cup. In reality, perhaps a game of last chances for United to threaten Everton and for Sunderland to avoid relegation. Your commentator is Barry Davis.
Kevin Moran finds himself in the curious position of wanting Sunderland to offer sufficient challenge to put him into the United Cup final team. He's in today's lineup after a 2-month absence, started by injury, in place of Graham Hogg, who's serving a one-match suspension. The other change in the side is a rare chance for Alan Brazil because Frank Stapleton is injured. United's manager, Ron Atkinson, makes great play in today's programme with the importance of finishing as runners-up and going to Wembley in winning form. The last 3 games his team has played in the league have brought 2 defeats and 1 draw. Sunderland's statistics since their Wembley appearance in the Milk Cup are damning truths. 1 win and 1 draw in 8 games and only 2 goals scored. Their decline can be of no satisfaction to anyone who has a feel for the tradition of the game, and seems very hard on the likes of Venison and Pickering, Elliott and Bennett, both of whom returned today after suspension, and in particular perhaps on Chris Turner, whose displays at one end of the field have deserved greater support at the other. Sunderland's team, in fact, shows just 2 changes from the Wembley lineup, and on this particular afternoon, only a victory will do for them. Match refereed by Howard Taylor of Oadby in Leicestershire. And Sunderland, as ever, with their marvellous support. Walker, who scored a hat-trick in the match up at Roker Park, including 2 from the penalty spot. Just to remind you that United were leading 2-0 in that match and lost it 3-2, with 2 men sent off, Hodgson and Hughes. It's Kevin Moran playing on the left of the central 2 in defence. Arthur Albiston. Pitch looking pretty soft and well marked. And talking of marks, that's the most famous one on the ground, Mark Hughes of United and Wales. Wallace. Bennett to Elliott. Cummins. Brazil. Elliott couldn't get to him. Typical driving play by Whiteside. Here is Hughes. Robson coming near post. And the shot misses the far. And Robson made the run on the near post. Olsen was coming on the far. And the cross bisected the 2 and the 6-yard box. Bennett. Hodgson looks up to find Pickering making the forward run. There was a gap that was created, and here's Pickering. Well, I must say my only thoughts on this fixture is why didn't Sunderland take this sort of attacking policy at Wembley? Hughes. Strachan. Gidman. Great touch by Olsen to Robson. But the ball didn't bounce too kindly for Robson. What a marvellous touch from the Dane. Sunderland then playing with 3 up and 4 in midfield and 3 at the back. Five United players forward. Brazil. Venison. The extra touch cost him, and the goal is scored by Brian Robson. One captain seizes on the mistake of his opposite number. Because the extra touch then, instead of clearing the ball from Venison, offered too much of the ball. It was taken off him, and Robson scored. That's a real body blow to Sunderland so early in the match. Goal coming in the 6th minute of the contest. Here's Walker. Bailey following it all the way. Walker, who started the Sunderland comeback in the match at Roker Park. One of their most consistent players, Barry Venison, certainly at fault then. So the game came from a rather curious position. Got a bit more space this time. Strachan. And a free kick for the foul off the ball by Chisholm. Who caught Strachan as Strachan was looking for the return ball. Free kick coming in the 10th minute of the match, and almost dead centre. Gidman hits it. It's a good one and a good save. Struck it well to John Gidman. There's Olive, the Manchester United secretary, the man right in the middle there. Wallace, Hodgson. Pickering. In for the shot, and he scores! 17 minutes gone, 1-1 the score, and Gary Bailey a little cross with himself. Nick Pickering saw the opportunity as he cut inside, and it was a bouncing ball, and the bounce deceived the goalkeeper. So Sunderland's attacking policy bearing fruit. And they have the free kick. And there are some of the most loyal supporters in the land, and the most vociferous, and some with the greatest humour too. Hodgson. McGrath. Venison, just a stretch. Whiteside, just a hoof away. Fine ball, beautifully played off. Strachan. Bennett matching him, and he's gone too far. Strachan finishing up in front of the boards, and I wonder whether that cameraman got the shot he was looking for. And by McGrath again. Whiteside. Hughes has gone to the right. Instant movement, instant pass. Robson coming across. Did well to pull it back. And Turner did well to react. But in fact, the ball had gone out. He's so quick in seeing the opening is Mark Hughes. Chris Turner, I think likely to be the player of the year, Sunderland supporters. Cummins, Venison, Chisholm, Brazil, Hughes, Chisholm. A late challenge produces the free kick. United have 4 players to the right of the kicker. Olsen just behind the wall. Smallest man on the edge of the wall from Gidman's viewpoint. And Cummins challenges for the ball and in the end gets it, but not for long. McGrath loses out to Bennett. But again, not for long. Neat footwork. Foul by Elliott. And the pressure growing on Sunderland as half-time approaches. Under 5 minutes. Hughes. And a penalty is given because Elliott had a neck hold on Mark Hughes. Great complaints from the Sunderland players. But there was a moment then when Elliott had his arm round Mark Hughes' neck, and the referee thought that the challenge was sufficient to award the penalty. Whiteside to take. Hits the post, Strachan, kicked away by Turner. He's the hero again. Pickering. Well, the ball seemed to have gone past his hand, struck the post, but how quickly he reacted when Strachan followed up. Well, the end of a very interesting half. Robson opening the scoring and things looking good for United, but Pickering equalising, and then Norman Whiteside missing an opportunity from the penalty spot. And Sunderland's needs and their fears playing an important part in that first 45 minutes. They're a picture of the start of the latest improvements to be made on this fine ground at Old Trafford, and they'll be completed in the summer. Well, the match between these two sides at Roker Park featured 2 Sunderland penalties. This time it's a United penalty and missed by Norman Whiteside. So among the decisions which Ron Atkinson has to make before Wembley, bearing in mind United's penalty record, who will take them should they have one there? Particularly, I suppose one ought to remember the fact that there hasn't been a penalty missed in an FA Cup final. There's Chris Turner, who saved the follow-up here. McGrath, Cummins. Warren. Pickering. McGrath. Cummins. Fed through by Olsen, and then by Robson. Hughes. Strachan outside. Played the ball beautifully. He was turning the other way as he did so. Daniel's header, corner. Which both McGrath and Moran have come forward. McGrath going all the way to the near post. Moran just inside the 18-yard area. Number 6. And he comes for it. Oh, what a good save! Brilliant save by Chris Turner, and a fine header by Kevin Moran, who scored both United's goals in this fixture last season. He met it very powerfully, and how beautifully it was caught. And Sunderland waiting to bring on Howard Gale. Sean Elliott, who has been suffering from injury. He's the player to be replaced. Striking. McGrath. Oof. They gave that one away. Pickering. A nasty bounce. And in the end it got up, I suppose, reasonably comfortably high for Gary Bailey, who was deceived by Pickering with the bounce for Sunderland's goal. Pickering. Hodgson just blocked the path of John Gidman. Gidman. Good header! Kevin Moran seeing the ball come back off the post, straight into the feet of Chris Turner, and away for the corner. Twice denied. Here he comes for a third try, and is thrice denied. Pickering, good early ball from Wallace. Pickering forced away by Robson, not completely. Walker, yes! Clive Walker, the ball going off the foot of Gary Bailey. And the man whose goals beat United at Roker Park has put Sunderland in the lead at Old Trafford. Against the run of play, it must be said that Sunderland and their supporters will not worry too much about that. And Gary Bailey, who's had hardly anything to do, has been beaten twice and will not look back with joy on either. The first, his fault; the second, a really surprising break. Hughes. Bennett. Pickering, who got the better of Brian Robson in the end, and got the cross in. Brazil. Gidman, that's a good cross. Hughes didn't really get hold of the header. But fine play by John Gidman. He was going very quickly and adjusted his balance to getting a really good cross. Q of 3 on the near post. Good save again, no, it's gone in. And this time, Kevin Moran has the luck on his side. Stretford enders applaud. Sunderland have to start again. And Moran, who got 2 against Sunderland last season, gets 1 now. Chris Turner got his hands to it, but couldn't stop it edging over the line. Fair contest between Gale and Whiteside. And followed by an eyeball-to-eyeball confrontation. More intent than action. More threat than action. Moran. Does he want history to repeat itself? Certainly working hard, Kevin Moran, to get a place at Wembley. Good play by Olsen, who's had very much the better of Venison. Brazil. Chisholm. In the end, the back pass was a bit sharp. Venison. Walker chasing. I don't think he'll make it. Well, a contest which lived up to the earlier game at Roker Park. But then Ashurst goes off, and I'm sure in his heart of hearts he must believe that a point was not enough. For 5 minutes, Sunderland thought they were going to do it when Walker gave them a 2-1 lead. But Kevin Moran, who did so well against Sunderland last season and was so determined to do well in his comeback this afternoon, got the equalising goal in a 2-2 match in which United had far more of the play, but still couldn't win it. And as ever, the Sunderland supporters applauding their team, and they applaud the opposition as well as they did Norwich at Wembley. But sadly, I think they're going to have to see their team battle to come up again.
And I must say, a glance at that table does suggest strongly that Sunderland will go down with Stoke City, leaving either Coventry, West Ham, Luton, Ipswich or Norwich to complete the unlucky trio. I know there was considerable pressure on both teams at Old Trafford this afternoon, but I still didn't think it excuses one or two of the tackles I saw.
Acqua di Gio, Giorgio Armani. Polo Black, the men's fragrance by Ralph Lauren.
It's Christmas!
Asda have even more toys at 50% off this Christmas. So make sure you've got a big enough chimney. More for you for less. That's Asda price.
For most of us, the thought of moving our current account from one bank to another fills us with dread. So here's an idea. Why not make it really easy? Switch to Abby and everything could be taken care of for you. Your direct debits, your standing orders. We could match your overdraft limit. And to prove the grass really could be greener, we'll also give you an excellent interest rate of 6% AER. Call 0800 80 80 80 or visit your local branch. Abby, more ideas for your money.
Check it out. This guy has a Jaguar's head. Oh, man, if I had a Jaguar's head, I'd go to the local store and I'd be like, "Roar, can I have some milk, please?" You know, because cats like milk. And the shop assistant would be like, "Hi, Dustball, you're so cute." And she'd ring all her friends, and they'd all come down and stroke my soft furry head. And then I'd wag my tail and say, "Hey, I had enough of this. I'm off to sleep in the tree. Wake me up when it's time for dinner." Do you know how to climb a tree? No.
Tekken for the PSP. Raw.
Dental experts tell us that acid erosion is caused by acid in our modern diets, citrus fruits, fruit juices, diet soft drinks. Your teeth may look really healthy, but only your dentist will be able to tell you if there's thinning of the tooth enamel. There are things that you can do, so it's really important that you go and see your dentist. There is a new toothpaste on the market. Sensodyne Pronamel has been specifically formulated to help protect against the effects of acid erosion. You use just like a normal toothpaste twice a day.
They call it the city that never sleeps. Yeah, right.
The last flight to Heathrow. We've flown more New Yorkers than any other airline. And if we can keep them happy.
Seriously, shuffle for you.
With some things, you got no chance. But at McDonald's, you've got every chance. Brilliant Sony gear and food prizes can be won on every What's in the Box scratch card. Just scratch and match to win.
He's smoking and larger than life. They don't call him beefy for nothing, you know. Watch him bat England's problems away.
most remarkable innings I've ever seen, I think.
And bowl Australia into ashes. Botham's ashes, that is.
One of the few players in the world that can do that to any sort of attack in the world. And unfortunately, perhaps that's the secret.
Every night this week at 8 on ESPN Classic.
Well, our second match between Chelsea and Spurs was played this morning, following a week in which Chelsea and their chairman, Ken Bates, received more publicity than all the other clubs combined, as a result of, you know what, your commentator, John Motson.
The only high voltage here is in the atmosphere as Chelsea celebrate their 80th anniversary. All of those years having been spent in this famous West London stadium of Stamford Bridge. The birthday falls exactly 30 years since Chelsea won their only First Division championship in 1955, and it falls too at a time when they've impressively reconsolidated their First Division status, winning 5 and drawing 1 of their last 7 matches to retain an outside chance of a UEFA Cup place. Well, Kerry Dixon hopes to mark the occasion with his 100th goal in league football. He scored 51 for Reading and has got 48 so far for Chelsea, and this season in all competitions he has 32. Dixon partnered today by Gordon Davis because David Speedie is starting his 4th suspension of the season. Number 5, Joe McLaughlin, passed a late fitness test on a thigh injury, so he plays between Chelsea's 2 19-year-old fullbacks, Terry Howard and Keith Dublin. And they should be tested by Tottenham's wingers. John Chidozie, wearing number 3, has been recalled at outside right, so Ardiles and Hoddle play without a recognised ball winner in midfield because Steve Perryman has returned to right back and Danny Thomas has switched to the left in place of Mark Bowen. Referee is Joe Worrell from Warrington. So away go Chelsea in blue against a Spurs side who haven't lost away in the First Division since October the 20th, 6 months ago at Manchester United, since when they've won 9 and drawn 4 on opposing grounds. That was Spackman. Thomas is in there. And Dixon's there too. And a chance for that 100th goal in the first minute. The flag stayed down. And Dixon, who was at Spurs as an apprentice, they let him go, had an opportunity there, better than perhaps he realised. Spurs playing with 4 up, there's no doubt about that. This is Hoddle. Roberts. Perryman. Ardiles got a foot in there, and so did Hoddle. It was Howard's challenge, and it was Tony Galvin who took the tumble. Here's Roberts. Well run by Graham Roberts, and he's found Chidozie. Falco far side. Thomas. Ardiles. Hoddle. Thomas again. And Roberts once more. Chidozie. Lee Worthy. Now Chidozie up against Dublin.
Straight through and in after 10 minutes. Well, Chelsea didn't clear the throw, that was the problem. And when the ball came out to Tony Galvin, that shot went through the crowd and beat Nijveski. Certainly not a prolific scorer, Galvin, by any means. It's his first goal for 3 months since he scored at Charlton in the FA Cup, and only his 6th of the season, but it puts Tottenham into a deserved lead here. They've made the running. Dublin. Crossed by Davis. Here's Bumstead. Came off Roberts. Nevin. Good cross. Miller away from Dixon. McLaughlin's volley well wide. And Eddie Nijveski a bit unlucky. I'm pretty certain that was deflected off a Chelsea player as it went through. Certainly wrong-footed him, but no doubt it's Galvin's goal. Forward by Roberts. Spatman on Chidozie. That's been left for Hoddle to flight one against the bar, and Miller away from the goal with the rebound. Delicately chipped by Glenn Hoddle, it beat the keeper, came back off the bar, and Miller, arriving at full speed, couldn't control his shot. Put on his way there by a Bumstead interception and a Dixon pass. Couldn't quite finish it off. He's wasted by Roberts, over casual, and this is Mickey Thomas. Spatman made the original interception, but he's now gone down the right wing to support Thomas. 4 in the centre, and Spatman finds Nevin. And the block by Thomas takes the ball out for a corner. In stoppage time at the end of the first half. Chelsea maybe have a few seconds here, but not very long. And here's Bumstead and Dublin, and Roberts half away, and the whistle's already gone, with Spurs holding the half-time lead. After Dixon had wasted a chance in the very first minute, it was Tony Galvin's deflected shot which put Spurs ahead after 10 minutes on the day when Chelsea are hoping to do the celebrating, but are in fact trailing at half-time. One man watching the football this morning at Stamford Bridge is the England manager Bobby Robson, who's getting a close-up view, no doubt, of Glenn Hoddle, among others. Tottenham have to go on picking up points to make sure that they can confirm a place in the UEFA Cup for next season. It's the most they can hope for now. And certainly this result, if it was to stay 1-0, would possibly kill off Chelsea's hopes of Europe. Nevin. Hoddle. Nice ball. Lee Worthy trying to find Falco. Here's Chidozie. And off Pates. Away by Dublin. Inside by Dixon for Nevin. Taking on Perryman, and now Thomas, who got the better of him. Forward by Galvin, and it's a free kick. Bates with the kick, flicked on by Thomas, appeals for handball against Paul Miller, not given. Dixon appealed hopefully, the crowd rather more than that, but no other Chelsea players protested, so I think we can take it the referee was right. It's Spackman with the throw for Chelsea. Miller's header. Nevin. Little chip, McLaughlin's coming in, brilliantly cleared by Danny Thomas. It's given Spurs the chance to draw breath, and they might do even better than that. Galvin has found Falco. And Falco to Thomas, now in attack. Deflection on the cross, Dublin's header. Ardiles goes in. And Roberts heads it back. But the reason Tottenham are still in the lead is down to Danny Thomas. Good kick by Nijveski. Roberts to clear. Perryman forward. Lee Worthy. John Tidozi is going off, and Ian Crook is coming on for Spurs. Spackman and Hoddle for Spurs. Crook, nicely done, back into the path of Hoddle. Galvin could be away here on this side. Went to Leeworthy first. Don't think he heard the shout, if there was one. Roberts' header. Did he foul Dixon? Roberts left his foot there, and Kerry Dixon went over it. And Chelsea have a free kick, no more than 5 yards, if that, outside the penalty area. Nevin, yes! Chelsea equalise after 74 minutes. So the anniversary is marked with a goal for the home side, and Pat Nevin, a great favourite here, sized up the situation on that free kick and chipped that with some pace past Ray Clements. So it's 1-1, as it was when the teams met at White Hart Lane earlier this season. And Chelsea's second half performance merited the equaliser. I can't remember a season when so many goals have been scored from free kicks just outside and around the penalty area. We've got specialists now, it seems, in nearly every club, and Nevin will be pleased with that one. Peter Shreves and John Pratt have seen the lead disappear here. Spackman, and Gordon Davis miskicked it when well placed. And he held his head there, Davis, because he knew that was a good opportunity. The ball was played in by Spackman, and Davis in stride looked favourite to hit that for goal, but he sliced it. Chapman, that's a good shot. He was hoping it would dip a bit on the way over, but it didn't. Spurs have made a switch. Falco's in midfield, and that was his pass on to Galvin. And now Ardiles backing up. Spackman was with him. Bumstead. And Thomas, Davis, on again for Dixon. 2 up with him, and Spurs could be outnumbered here. Roberts, though, saw to it that they weren't. Hoddle, Lee Worthy. Ardiles. And Galvin. Good deep cross. Falco's up there. Hoddle closing in. So both matches between these London rivals this season have ended in 1-1 draws. Pat Nevin scoring the equaliser for Chelsea with that free kick, and his personal battle with Danny Thomas, possibly the best Tottenham player. Certainly one of the highlights of a match in which Chelsea played far better in the second half and at least gained something out of their anniversary celebrations. Spurs perhaps happier than Chelsea with the result in view of the UEFA Cup situation, but a final score here of Chelsea 1, Tottenham 1.
Not one of the best games we've shown you this season, but those who like a friendly argument, especially after a local derby, might welcome a look at the incident that led to Chelsea's equaliser. Referee Joe Worrell could be forgiven on the circumstantial evidence for blowing his whistle and awarding a free kick in Dixon's favour. But if we slow the action down, you can see that Roberts' header is clean and fair. And Dixon only has eyes for where the ball has gone and not for where he's treading. And Roberts' gaze too is innocently on that ball, but a cynic might not believe me. Tony.
Luther Blissett, who's scored 25 goals this season for Watford, has tonight answered an emergency call to join the England squad on the eve of their departure for the midweek World Cup game in Romania. Manager Bobby Robson said a few moments ago that Blissett is insurance in case Trevor Francis gets injured playing in Italy tomorrow. Well, with AC Milan's Mark Hateley and Nottingham Forest's Peter Davenport already withdrawn injured, Robson this afternoon watched Paul Mariner score Arsenal's winning goal against Sheffield Wednesday, and he's now favourite to lead England's attack and win his 35th cap. Another England player on the scoresheet today was Trevor Steven, as Everton beat Norwich 3-0 to extend their run of unbeaten games to 25 now since Christmas. They're 11 points clear at the top of Division 1 after Manchester United and Tottenham both drew, as we've just seen, and Everton now need only 5 points from 7 games to clinch their first championship in 15 years. Manchester City are favourites to fill the third promotion place from Division 2 after an impressive 2-1 win at Portsmouth that effectively killed off Portsmouth's hopes and lifted City into third place above Blackburn Rovers, who lost 1-0 at Charlton. Oxford, already promoted, lost 1-0 at Leeds, while Birmingham won 1-0 at Barnsley. Hull appear certain to go up from Division 3, coming from behind today to beat Wigan 3-1 and close the gap on Bradford City, who lost last night. Millwall, Bristol City and Gillingham all drew, but Millwall have a 6-point advantage. Chesterfield are 6 points clear in Division 4 after a 1-0 win at Stockport and need 1 more point to be certain of promotion. Bury won today to move into second place, 2 points clear of Blackpool, who drew, and Darlington, well, they play at Swindon tomorrow. Halesowen Town won the FA Vase at Wembley today, beating Fleetwood 3-1, while Aberdeen are the Scottish champions for the second successive year. Well, at least that's what they've been celebrating. Although mathematically they could just be overtaken, their goal difference is such that a draw against Celtic today was considered good enough to start the party.
Miller, Garvey with him, turns superbly, and Johnson can't get a touch. Away goes Billy Stark. It's a penalty. The referee says a hand was used. Now this great turn there by McGarvey, and there it was going across, and the referee judged that to be a push. Here is Roy Aiken. Now, is his technique going to be similar to Parkhead's of last week? That's it, 1-0. Alex Porteous. Wilson, yes. Miller, the captain, has equalised. It squeezed its way in. Celtic have made a great match of it. Well, not a great match, a great contest of it. Match itself has been disappointing in many ways. Curling ball, and there it is. Well, it's been rolled off. The goalkeeper fouled. Be very interesting to see that one again. And look at it, tantalising, dangerous, swerving viciously. Well, didn't look too much wrong with that to me. We've played 1 full minute of injury time. Whistle in the mouth, and there it is. Aberdeen are the champions. And there in the middle, Alex Ferguson. Well, I think he's got a little bit used to that now. Let's have Willie Miller. There he is. And you're listening to a jubilant Pittodrie. The sun is shining. It might be very chilly out there, but there's little doubt that the Aberdeen spirits are soaring right out of this pitch and right across Scotland. There are the Premier Division champions of the country.
Well, far be it for a Sassenach to enter into a domestic argument, but I couldn't see a foul on Leighton when Celtic netted for the 2nd time. But that's the rub of the green, and our congratulations to Alex Ferguson and Aberdeen. Well, now it's time for the April Goal of the Month competition, and I'll remind you how to enter in a moment, but first to look at the goals, starting with goal A, scored by Graham Roberts for Tottenham Hotspur against Everton.
Perryman, 2 players square, one of them is Roberts! Oh, I say, what an absolute blinder!
Goal B, scored by Ian Wallace for Sunderland at Everton.
Walker with the throw to Berry. Back to Walker. Curled in. Wallace was there! Oh, what a start!
Goal C, Andy Gray's first for Everton in the same match.
Bracewell. On again for Reid. Well played. Reid's cross. Gray! What a fantastic goal!
Goal D, Andy Gray's second for Everton in the same match.
Goes back again to Stephen. Gray's there again! Oh, I say! Another great header.
Goal E, scored by Trevor Stephen for Everton, also against Sunderland.
Stephen away from Pickering. Yes! Another superb goal.
Goal F, scored by Robert Pritz for Rangers against Aberdeen.
Nicely forward goes Pritz. Good run by Pritz, he scores. It's a beautiful goal by Pritz.
Goal G, scored by Kevin Brock for Oxford United against Oldham Athletic.
Ball won by Shotton. And McDermott knocks it on for Jones. Now it's 3-on-2. There's McDermott on his inside. Wasn't a good ball. Brock! Oh, what a smasher!
Here's a check on those goals. Goal A, Graham Roberts. B, Ian Wallace. C, Andy Gray. And D, Andy Gray. E, Trevor Stephen. F, Robert Pritz. G, Kevin Brock. And not easy to decide the best goals from that group, is it? Well, here's how to enter. Good luck to you. You put your name and address on the left-hand side of a postcard, please, and your goal selections in 1, 2, 3 order on the right-hand side. And you address the postcard to Goal of the Month, BBC Television, London, W12 8QT. That's Goal of the Month, BBC Television, London, W12 8QT. And the sender of the first correct entry, drawn from our post bag to coincide with the choice of our panel, will receive £100 worth of premium bonds. Match of the day next week is a little later at 10:30, but meantime, having celebrated Chelsea's birthday and Aberdeen's championship, let's end the evening by joining Kevin Moran as he celebrated his return to United's team with 3 headers The first saved brilliantly, the second hit the post, and finally he scored. It was third time lucky, but not for Sunderland, I'm afraid. Good night.
Moran just inside the 18-yard area. And he comes for it. Oh, what a good save! Kidman. Good header! Kevin Moran seeing the ball come back off the post, straight into the feet of Chris Turner. Q of 3 on the near post. Good save again, there it's gone in. And this time, Kevin Moran has the luck on his side.